Between Victor's IT people, you and Kevin, no one can figure out this virus.
Yeah, well, it's not for lack of trying, I'll tell you that much.
Ward is determined to wreak havoc on Newman Enterprises. And who knows, maybe right after that, Jabot.
You know, you never told me how you found out that Ian Ward was behind Paragon in the first place.
Summer saw him talking to Phyllis in the park.
I'm trying to wrap my brain around that, the fact that Phyllis's mysterious fisherman friend was Ian Ward.
I knew I'd recognize that voice. I just couldn't place it. Of course, Summer knew exactly who he was when she saw him.
Poor kid. Must have thrown her for a loop.
Yeah, poor kid. Phyllis nearly lost it when Summer told her what he'd put her through.
Phyllis didn't have a chance to confront him after this.
As soon as Phyllis figured it out, he was gone.
Hey, what's going on?
I got here as soon as I could. What's up?
You know who launched the cyber attack against Newman Enterprises?
Who? I have a right to know, Jack. My company's under the Newman umbrella.
It was Ian Ward.
What?
What?
And we have reason to think he was working with someone else.
Why do you look so surprised to see me? I'm the reason you're here, right? Oh, I'd offer you something, Victor, but the accommodations here are abysmal.
This is not a social call.
Well, then what brings you by?
You know what brings me by. You infected my computer system with the virus.
From here?
You've been out and about, haven't you? You ran into Jack Abbott's wife, didn't you? And you would still be roaming the streets of Genoa City if it weren't for my granddaughter who saw you at Chancellor Park.
Oh, Summer. Oh, I wish our paths had crossed. I've missed that lovely young girl. I'm afraid I don't know what the hell you're talking about, Victor.
The same slime ball you were when I put you behind walls.
I've been locked up here for months. You know, maybe I have a doppelganger in Genoa City.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I heard that's not so unusual.
Oh, I see. You're really playing games with me, aren't you? So you deny being behind the Paragon project, is that it?
Paragon?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't ring a bell.
What about me? Surely you remember me, don't you, Fred?
I thought Ian was supposed to be put away for a very long
God
time.
only knows how he got out, but when he did, revenge was the first thing on his mind, starting with Victor.
Well, it's not easy implementing and devising a plan like this. He's clearly been working on it for a very long time.
Victor claims the initial threat came first of the year, before Phyllis and I got married.
So it's possible he's been in Genoa City this whole time. But who's been helping him? If we find that guy...
Yeah, look, I don't know who the hell this Ian Ward character is. I don't know anything about him, but he seems pretty crafty, okay? And completely capable of pulling this whole thing off on his own.
You don't know what he's capable of.
What's wrong, Fred? Don't you recognize me in your natural habitat?
Oh, beautiful woman like you, I'd recognize you anywhere. If we'd ever met.
Why don't you refresh his memory?
Sure, I'll help you out. Met in the woods. You were living in a trailer near my husband's cabin. You claimed to be a writer, a widower, and a fisherman.
I'm sorry, my dear. You have me confused with someone else.
Was it fun? Having insight into a perfect stranger? Only I was not a stranger to you. No, you knew exactly who I was. Summer's mother and Jack's wife.
Now, Miss...
Mrs. Abbott, Phyllis Abbott.
Yes, you said. Now I'm more confused than ever. I thought Jack was involved with that beautiful blonde at the athletic club. You remember her, don't you, Victor?
Oh, Ian, you're pressing my buttons. That's what you're trying to do. You know what? You're not going to get away with any of this, you sick son of a bitch.
So what do you... Let's assume you're right, that Ian has been working alone.
There you go. See, we have no proof to the contrary, right? I think it's a pretty safe assumption.
This whole time he's been living in that trailer in the woods.
It makes perfect sense to me, right? I mean, you know, he's alone. It's hard to find.
And he develops this dangerous computer virus, difficult to identify, impossible to eradicate, from the boondocks.
All he'd need is a computer, and a T1 caliber connection, and a state-of-the-art server, and the password to the Newman system.
And
that's
the
all.
technical skills to pull this off.
I mean, I know the cult he founded was a pretty big operation, but is he capable of engineering something this
He's not
complicated?
exactly the model for a computer genius.
Guys, maybe not, but, you know, people in prison are, right? You got computer hackers in there, you've got identity thieves.
Well, sure, it wouldn't be hard to find one, but finding one who has the Newman password?
Wait, though. If he found one, couldn't we? I mean, couldn't you maybe track down who Ian's partner is?
Well, I don't know, but if I had to bet money on someone who could find this guy, I'd wager on myself. Whoever Ian's partner is, he cannot hide from me.
I'm about to find out everything there is to know about the Paragon Project.
Yeah, that's your problem, Victor. You're always trying to figure out the how, never the why.
The why is very simple. You're trying to exact revenge because I put you behind these walls.
Revenge? No, I've evolved beyond that. You don't understand me at all. I mean, you bought in so easily to the possibility of this impossible plot because of all of your misguided assumptions about who I am. And it's a shame, really. You've been duped. Because you were so anxious to vilify me that you fell for that story about the catastrophic virus that's cooked up in this jail.
Except you haven't been in this jail the whole time.
That's another fantastical element to this story. That I can just come and go as I please.
Isn't that something?
I can just walk right out of this prison anytime the mood strikes me. Come on, Victor. Think about it now. Really. None of it's true.
He's lying.
When thine eyes absorb all that is in view, the mind follows quick upon what is true. Shakespeare, Richard III.
I know. You're behind the Paragon Project.
So what are you going to do about it? Gonna have your thugs beat me up again?
Just you and me this time.
Victor.
Guard!
Victor.
We're finished here.
Okay. You can pretend all you want that we never met. But I really dislike when someone's messing with my daughter. Feel safe and sound in here because you're locked up. Whatever plan Victor's cooking up for your payback, it'll be a slap on the wrist compared to what I'll do to you.
Warden, would you kindly explain to me how it is possible for Ian Ward to come and go from this place as he pleases?
Quite simply, he isn't able to do it.
Either you're lying or you have no idea what's going on around here. For the past few weeks, he has been living near Genoa City.
Impossible. All our inmates have been accounted for since Ward's arrived here.
Well, he may be accounted for, but it's not his head you're counting. He's been living in the woods outside of Genoa City. I saw him in the park in the city. We have had several hours of discussion about his recently deceased wife and the book that he's writing about their love story.
And he has been wreaking havoc on my company.
Those are serious accusations you're making.
You bet they are. You'll have a lot of trouble coming your way if you don't explain to me very quickly how it is possible for Ian Ward to come and go as he pleases from this prison.
Again, Victor is not going to be happy finding you here in his office.
No, he certainly isn't.
Uh-oh.
Excuse me, what are you doing here, Jack?
I'm trying to save your company. You're welcome.
Okay, the two of you, please, no arguing. I already have a migraine.
Yeah, Victor has a way of doing that to people. What are you two doing together anyway?
We ran into each other at the state prison hospital. Turns out our friend Ian Ward was relocated there.
I don't want you going there, sweetheart. I'm not comfortable with you confronting that sleaze. I assume you found an empty bed.
No, he was there in all his prison finery.
Wait, how is that possible?
He's claimed that he's been there the whole time. The warden backed him up.
They're lying.
I am checking into it.
He said that we never met. He acted like he didn't even know me.
He also said he was not part of the Paragon Project.
Okay, well, he's being consistent. He's lying across the board.
You haven't answered my question. What are you doing here?
Jack had an idea on how to locate the mastermind behind the virus. I was following up on it.
I think Ian Ward is involved in the cyber attack.
Yeah, we're convinced he couldn't have done it alone.
So I'm trying to establish a connection between Ian Ward and his partner, finding an IP address, tracing it to a physical location.
With Ward back behind bars, it's all the more important we figure out who it is he's been working with. That person is still free and could still do considerable damage to Newman Enterprises.
He could easily have found someone who wanted to exact revenge against me. I think I know who that is.
How does it feel?
Wait, you know who Ian Ward's partner is?
Partners.
There's more than one.
Your siblings, Billy Boy and Ashley.
Oh, God, Victor, you gotta stop this. Look, the FBI Cybercrime Division dropped all charges against them.
The hell does that prove? Nothing.
Why would I be busting my butt to find out who's working with Ian if I thought they were my siblings?
To prove that they're not involved.
Oh, and I'd be doing that work from your office.
Victor, be reasonable. The Abbotts are not in cahoots with Ian.
No, we certainly are not, and you have to call off the dogs and help me get Billy out of jail.
Oh, I thought the charges against Billy Boy were dropped.
The espionage and fraud charges were dropped, but there was apparently an altercation when the police tried to arrest him.
Well, now, why am I not surprised by that?
Well, maybe you will be surprised by this. Abby and Victoria are also being held with Billy.
Kevin, you keep on working. If it isn't one of the Abbotts involved, find out who the hell is.
Copy that.
This mistake.
This is totally necessary. It's late. I want to go home.
Ashley is not answering her phone. I'm hoping she left a name or a number of a hotel she's staying at in Milan. Nothing.
She left Billy in charge while she was away. When he finds out that Ian is behind the sabotaging of the Newman computer systems, he will give back the shipping company to them, okay?
Have you met my brother?
Yeah. He is stubborn. He's impetuous and really irresponsible most of the time. But, you know, tonight, I know he's at home with Victoria, enjoying a quiet evening.
And that's what you think we should be doing.
You are as smart as handsome, Jack Abbott. And you are way smarter than I am, because I am 0 for 2 in the trusting, despicable human department. First Marco, now Ian.
Hey, wait a minute. We outsmarted Marco working together, and you figured out Ian all by yourself.
With the help of my daughter.
The point is, we have the upper hand now. It won't be long before we put a stop to what that madman started. At least we know he's where he belongs, behind bars.
Mr. Newman, it's Warden Davis.
Warden Davis. Well, well, well. Have you figured out how it's possible for Ian Ward to go in and out of your prison?
I'm calling to warn you that Ian Ward's escaped.
What?
Adam? Adam?
Okay, I was just coming to see you.
There you are.
Hey, I was up on the roof, just getting some fresh air. What are you doing here?
Well, I traced the most recent activity by the person who launched the cyber attack on Newman. It came from an IP address in this building.